Did I tell you, or did I tell you? I'm not gonna say I told you, but I told you. 2-1. We win the Kleiner River Derby. A win is a win. I said it was gonna be ugly. I said it was gonna be tight. It was gonna be a difficult match. Yet we would win. I said we would have a response. We win the game 2-1. The GOAT Bryan Lasme comes through once again. The lineup was fairly straightforward. Karaman gets back and starting this one. The thing that I was a little upset about before the game, Schalke puts out a tweet that said Schalke won 6 games in a row against Bochum. Why would you tweet that before a game? That just trying to give us bad luck. We made it seven wins in a row now against them. So I can take that one back. Game started out slow. Really wasn't much by either team, right? Looked like we were trying to take control of the game. Bochum, it just went back and forth. Really wasn't many opportunities in the first half. And then there was this innocuous play where Kudachai and Katic kind of clear this ball away. It goes out, and some people are talking, and you look at the replay. It's a handball by Kudachai, and it's a penalty. It's right on the line. It was close. I guess you wanted to pull hairs, you could say maybe it was just outside, but no, it was a penalty. That's fine. And shoot, here we go. This is not how we wanted to start the derby. Kevin Vogt, who is really good player, steps up from their captain. He steps up for this, and we're like, oh, here we go against Karius. Karius had not faced anything up to that point, and here comes a penalty kick, and Karius makes a great save. The shot could have been better, sure, but what a great save by Karius. The team mobs him. Really great play overall by them. And we get to halftime 0-0. Karius obviously gets the plaudits because he made that huge penalty save. Really kept us in the game, because if we went down 1-0 at that point, it could have made things a little difficult just because how slow we had started in the game, right? But we go to halftime 0-0, and for people, the haters of Muslic out there, this is now 4 games in a row under Muslic where we've given up 0 goals in the first half. Say what you will if this process is working or not, or slow to where we want it to be, but defensively, this team is figuring itself out rather quickly, and to have 0 goals through the first 4 games at halftime, that's pretty big for us, considering we gave up 20 goals in the first 4 games last year. It felt like under Carl Gerhardt. So 0-0 at halftime. The 3 guys I said you had to worry about. Kevin Volk, obviously we stopped him in a penalty. Timo Horn, really quality goalkeeper. If we had any chance to win in this game, Karius would have to play at the same level as Timo Horn or better. Obviously got the penalty save in the first half, so that's already ahead of Timo Horn. And then the third guy you mentioned was Hoffmann. Hoffmann is a notorious striker for Bochum for many years. He just knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. But he was really quiet in that first half. Come out the second half, and we started out the second half better than we played in the first half. But then about 55th minute, Bochum started taking over. They really did. You see the possession really kind of shifted over to Bochum's side. And started getting opportunity after opportunity. Timo Becker, the guy, I love Timo Becker. He didn't have the greatest of games in this one. And it seemed every pass he made just kept going to Bochum. And in the 65th minute, he goes for a long pass, intercepted by Bochum. They come back, nice play, kind of carving through the Schalke defense. Ball eventually finds its way into the box. Karius makes a fantastic save. Ball goes out wide. Unfortunately, it falls to Holtmann, and Holtmann puts away with a great shot past Karius, 1-0. You're like, oh, we did all this in this game. And Bochum scored the first goal of the game in the 65th minute. It's late too, and it's like, oh, here we go. And really, the second half started going like the first half went, where Bochum was going back and forth, but Bochum really started gaining control of the game. And that's when Schalke, Muslic, decides to bring in some reinforcements, namely Bryan Lasme, Yannick Bachmann, and Porat, the new guy. And talk about instant impacts from the 70th minute onwards. Since those boys, the three guys came in, it completely flipped the script for Schalke. Immediately you started seeing Porat and Lasme all over the place. Bachmann get involved as well, allowing Karaman and some others to move up in the pitch. And within minutes, 73rd minute, the guys who I mentioned earned a corner kick. Vitaly Becker's taking corner kicks at this point. Ball bounces around, comes back out. Podat jumps on the corner kick, drives home a wallop of a shot that deflects off something and then goes in the net out of nowhere. It's like, boom! The new man scores a goal. Could have been an own goal. We didn't know it was a deflection, right? After you watch the replays, you see Kudachai actually deflects the ball into the net. So Kudachai, the guy who got the handball in the first half, all of a sudden gets the goal to equalize the game in the second half. Podat, that's why we got him, right? Wonderfully intuitive to get that ball. One time the ball that bounced out of the corner kick, drove it in low, deflected in, went into the back of the net, scored a goal. 1-1 at that point. We are feeling good. And then minutes later, a heads-up play. We all like Nikola Katic. And there's a play where Timo Horn hits the ball over the top, looking for Sissoko. Offsides. Katic plays it down quickly, gives the ball right away, stops the ball, passes the ball immediately to El Fawzi. El Fawzi with a wonderful dinking pass over the top, finds Bryan Lasme on a breakaway. 1-on-1 against his defender. I don't remember if it was Volk or someone else. Does a shake and bake on him, cuts in. Timo Horn slides over. Bryan Lasme shoots back across the grain short side, scores a goal. He does it again, the GOAT. He got the game winner in the Pokal, gets the game winner in this one. 2-1 at that point. We had some other opportunities. Lasme again, I think it was Lasme and Karaman. And Silla nearly scored again minutes later. Then you had, that was in the 85th minute. Then I think there was another opportunity later in the game. But we win. Derby win against Bochum. 7 in a row against Bochum. 6 points in the first 3 games. 2 home wins in the first 2 home games. Last year we didn't get our second home win until November. So to have 6 points after 3 games, we're in the top 5 now. I don't know. I didn't see the standings after today, but we're probably somewhere in the top 5. This is a different team. Muslic has got this team playing defensively. Offensively, it is still a struggle, but defensively, we figured it out. And it seems like even with Timo Becker having a bad day, he still did well defensively. He made a great tackle late in the game to kind of make sure it stayed at 2-1. Karius came up big. He did what he was supposed to do, go toe-to-toe with Timo Horn, if not play better. Got the win there. And then, Lasme coming in again. And potentially this is Musa Silla's last game with Schalke. There's rumors that he may be getting transferred out of here after this game. Lasme, last 2 games. Goal in extra time against Lokomotiv Leipzig. And then here, off the bench again, scores a goal. The winner again. We have someone we can rely on. And I think Muslic has even said himself that he was going to lean heavily on Lasme if there was any kind of movement with Silla. We're in a good place at the moment. Long way to go. Long way to go. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves, but this is a far better start than we had last year. Defensively, it is night and day from what we saw last year. Offensively, it's still a struggle. It's similar to what we had under Van Wonderen. But with the defense that we're playing now that we weren't playing last year at all, there's an opportunity, there's a chance, and that's all we really want to see is a chance. And so far, so good. A Derby win is huge. Special shout out to El Fauzi, because El Fauzi shoves the former Dortmund player over the board, so there's that. But yeah, I think my four takeaways of the game. Timo Becker didn't have his greatest game, but he played solid rating by Timo Becker. It's a white rating, average rating. You look at Kudachai. Kudachai got the handball early on, but then got the goal. He played solid. He was good. He gets a green rating. Then I'm going to go Loris Karius, gold rating. He had to go toe-to-toe with Timo Horn, and he did. He went above, got the penalty save, so he gets a gold rating, but not my man of the match. My man of the match is our new GOAT, Bryan Lasme. Game winner last week in the Pokal. Game winner this week, comes off the bench, does it again, gives us all a hope that maybe we have a solution possibly in the striker position, if not a super sub. Bryan Lasme gets a gold rating, and he is my man of the match. And then my final takeaways is, as slow, we may not like this Muslic process and Baumann process at the moment. It's working. It's early, but it's working. Defensively, we are stable and solid. It's not easy to get past us, and then Karius is doing his job when it does break down and gets to him. So far so good. There's still lots of room for improvement, but we won, and we're gonna have a Victory Monday podcast to break it down all further here. This is just a quick debrief reaction after the match. So yeah, let us know in the comments what your thoughts are of this game, and make sure you follow us on YouTube and Twitch and Kick and all that stuff all across social media. So enjoy the weekend, enjoy the victory of the Derby, and then join us for the Victory Monday podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Kick. That's all I got to say. Glück auf.